start shit if you ain't ready to get hit.
Well, allow me to drop some knowledge.
We have to disagree. I saw that Sailor Moon outfit.
Like you always do, face away, pretend that I'm not, but I'll be here cause you're all that I got. I can't don't turn your back on me, I won't be in your time. This minute anymore, don't turn your back on me, I won't be in your a little bit insecure, a little unconfident, cause you don't understand. I do what I can, but sometimes it don't make sense. I am what you never want to say, but I've never had a doubt. It's like no matter what I do, I can't convince you for once just to hear me out. So I go watch it.
My nails are too long for this. Hold on. Yeah. You can hear me?
Yes, I can.
What is going on, my BMF Army? It's been a little minute. Everybody enjoys summer, I hope. It's your favorite Jedi, the BMF Goddess. Today, I have the honor of welcoming pro wrestler Dive Bomb Diego Hill to the BMF stage. Welcome. Thanks for making time for us. How you doing today?
Thank you for having me.
I actually, my other one of my co-hosts, Megan, that she does my pro wrestling reviews and stuff like that with me. She's done a lot of podcasts with me. She is fucking amazing. She's a commentator slash ring announcer slash party host. She is a jack of all trades, and she actually put me on to Diego, and I was immediately interested in interviewing you. Give me a second.
Oh.
All right. So let everybody know where you're from and how old are you, Diego?
Okay. I'm 25, turning on 26. Was I was born in Virginia Beach, Virginia, but North Carolina raised. I'm just pretty much a lit guy who just loves to have fun and make dreams come true. What can I say?
I feel that. Let's start at the beginning. How did you become a fan of wrestling in the first place?
I've been a fan since I can say, a little boy. I guess it started when I was 8 years old. My dad, he took me to a local Raw show once in Virginia. And when I first looked at that, I looked at him, I was like, what you show me this for? And he was like, it's something you'll probably love. And, years and years later, I end up loving it. And, it just really got into me. But like the favorite wrestler who really made me get into wrestling, what's his name? Oh, Steve Blackman. That's what it was. Cause like his, it was like, I was like so much into karate. I didn't know like you could bring like your style into it, like in wrestling. So that's what like made me more interested in it, was like Steve Blackman. Cause just the way
I
he
just
kicks.
Because like I haven't thought about him in years. Like I don't even know what he's doing right now. But yeah, he was awesome. I remember when he came out to the ring, you knew somebody was gonna get their ass whipped.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, what was the moment when you said to yourself, "This is what I want to do"?
The moment started happening, I guess, when the time when you're like, I could say working like a 9 to 5, and you just sit there and you're just like, damn, I really hate this job. And you feel exhausted. And then moments ago, like I thought there wasn't really much when I was in North Carolina. All I did was like work 9 to 5s and then pretty much hoop with the guys until like moments, how when you have friends, you end up having the good friends and you end up having the bad friends. Apparently, I was with the bad friends at the time, to a point where it was like couldn't stay out of trouble, would avoid like my job that's helping me make money and figuring out other ways to make money, more money some other way. And it was just rough at the time. But at this point, my older brother, they used to call him Joe Dancer, but now they call him Indie King JT. He was doing wrestling at the time, and he offered me his hand like a couple of times, and I have turned it down because it was like I've graduated high school and was thinking about going to college, but then again I was like, wait, I fucking hate school, and so it was like one moment, like a moment when I was in serious trouble. He legitimately came to my mom's house to have a sit down talk with me, and he was like, look, this is my last time offering my hand out to you. You dream about doing wrestling, so you might as well do it. I can pay for your dues. All you need to do is just go out there. And so at that moment, I just put on my big boy pants and just head there. And, that's when I legit started. Like, I think it was around by the beginning of, I would say around the middle date of 2017 or 2018. That's when I really started.
So who were you trained by?
I was trained by a lot of people, honestly, in the North Carolinas. But when I had started in started training in like 2018, I believe, my brother, he trained me at the time. And so at that point in time where it was like I was already here for like 2 years, but, didn't learn nada, never learned anything. And like, it was like so much I had to do for those 2 years. It was like I kept investing money, but there was like the moments where I was investing money, like I couldn't get in the ring because like they would tell me I still had to learn.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was staying at my Theo's house at the time. And so like he was like, look, there's also another one that's right here that you can go to. So once those 2 years happened again, I was also trained by Kobe Carino. And people have seen Kobe. Like, there's lots of things I could say about Kobe. And it's like he really helped move me up to that wrestling business,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My fault, guys. What's going on? I didn't see the comments for a second. If you do have any questions for Diego, write them down. He'll answer you.
For sure. And, ever since then, I've told people nowadays, they were like, who trained you? I'll be like, Kobe Carino. Kobe Carino trained me.
And what would you say was the biggest struggle during your training? And what advice would you give to green wrestlers, newcomers?
I would say the struggling part is investing in yourself in the business. Because it's like wrestling, I've learned from like my whole 5 years experience in this, like, it's not easy. It really isn't. But you have to put the time and money and effort to it. Because and I had to learn that like the hard way of my 2 years of beginning training. I was struggling to get wrestling gear at the time because like every time I hit up a person who does gear designer, they're like charging like 500 and at that time, and I just couldn't afford that, and it was like a good, like a deep struggle for me. But the advice I would give is always save your money. If you really wanted to do wrestling, save your money to invest in yourself. Honestly.
That's good advice. All right, you got a question. Smellia said, did you ever start going to indie shows? If so, when? I guess that's prior to your wrestling career.
My first indie show. Yeah, I do went to indie shows. My fault for not answering for answering it the proper way. But yes, I had. But hate to say that I went to like an actual WWE show before I went to an indie show. But like the first indie show I went to was the same moment I was training too, because like when there were shows going on, they had me do security and all that. But then I started visiting like more indie shows, like Extreme Shock Wrestling here, PWF. I went there before I even started going there, and I've pretty much learned a lot there. And it's like it's so different too, because when you like watch WWE or indie, it's like you're watching indie and there's like more chances you see that shit live than you'll see like WWE live.
Absolutely. Matt Awesome said, do you still go to shows, not just for enjoyment, but for studying purposes?
Always. I had to learn that from Kobe. He had told me like, just because you're not working any shows doesn't mean you don't go to any shows. You know what I mean? And like when I started going there, like especially when I'm traveling, I've always took a moment to show my face and always study. And like I've learned from that too, the ups, the downs, what you should do, what you should not do. And
Smelly says, have you had an opponent that you have the most chemistry with?
If y'all ever heard, and I'm pretty sure Megan, if she's up here, she knows who I'm going to talk about, and that's Jay Malachi. He's been in the business a year longer than me, but it's like every time we're in the ring, whether it be tag or opponents, like me and him just have that chemistry. And you can also see that on the All Caribbean Wrestling page or whatever. We're viral on YouTube, so it's like, hey, you see a Diego Hill versus Jay Malachi, everyone knows that's just going to go right up to the top. Another person who I also think of is like, actually, I think of him as a brother, and some of you have heard of him, some of you have not, but he calls himself the Dreadlock Demolition Machine, Bojack.
Okay. Bradley said, I've seen Hill twice here and hopes that he comes back again. Always a good experience.
Oh yeah, man. I'm looking forward to going. Oh yes, I know. I think Bill Brady, Silverville. Oh, okay. So Cedarville, Tennessee. I've had wrestled there like a couple of times too.
What would you say your wrestling style is? I mean, I know you are referred to as the dive bomb specialist. Would you be
I'm more of like a high flyer luchador style.
okay?
Because I've like moved so fast in that ring. It's like when people try to slow me down, they get frustrated. But it's like, nah, ain't no way they're slowing me down. Just it's not happening.
What would you say is your proudest achievement or defining moment in your career so far?
I would say the most achievement I have is like growing, like pretty much growing fans. Because if you ever thought about you're going to like to a different state or something like that, people don't know you. It gives you a chance to like get to know you, if that makes sense. Or like just pretty much winning belts, or anything. I've always felt proud of myself, because I felt like that moment I grow and grow and grow each moment.
Right. Matt Awesome says anybody that's on TV or in the indies besides Kobe that you work with training wise.
I've worked with before he got signed. Y'all heard of an Action Andretti? Yeah, like me and him were like this before he got signed. Me and him were bros and all that. I've also done a match with Dante Martin. You could check that out. Check that out on the Deadlock Pro Wrestling on Demand website.
Awesome.
And I'm sorry if I didn't bring this up, but I've also wrestled Lindsay Dorado.
Oh, how was that?
Oh, that was amazing. That was amazing because the funny story is like I didn't know when he was gonna be there, but at that moment I was just like, oh shit, I'm wrestling Lindsay Dorado. Like at this moment, like I'm over here thinking, I'm just like, I hope I don't fuck nothing up or anything. It was just like I had like goosebumps like at that moment because like I never thought of myself being like put into a position like that to have like someone that's from the WWE or even came from the WWE to have them face against me. And like at that moment, I was just like, this is a dream come true because I've watched Lindsay ever since I've like seen him on TNA, WWE, NXT. Like Lindsay's great. At that moment, I just still wake up to this day and realize that I'm like, holy shit, I've wrestled Lindsay Dorado.
Yeah. Smelly said, "Do you have a dream opponent, or wish you could, or someone you could wish you could wrestle, indie or famous?"
Uh, there's a lot of people I think of, but like
Mainstream.
indie wise, I'm thinking Alec Price because I like his style. We've seen each other a couple of times at shows, but it's like I've got to wrestle Alec Price because like he's got that style.
Is Alex Price wrestling out of NC too?
He wrestles out in Massachusetts, I believe. Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay.
He calls himself the Buster. I think that's what he says.
What are your thoughts on the indie wrestling scene? What do you think, if anything, needs to be improved?
I would say what needs to be improved much is like try hard not to like do the last minute shit, you know what I mean? Because if it's last minute, then anything could happen at that moment. No one couldn't be there at your shows, or if like, how do I rephrase this? It's like always, if you're talking like wrestling wise, I would say wrestling wise, more character. People always got to put in more character, because if you don't have character, then what the fuck are you doing? Um, you know. I'm sorry if I'm thinking a lot, because I really think a lot when it's like
No,
wrestling. Just that.
I know there are a lot of things that need to improve on the indie scene.
Um, not really much I can say about indie wrestling that needs to improve, because like every indie wrestling show I went to, it's like I go there the next day and I will like say, okay, this might need to be better, this might need to be better, and then next month it's all just beautiful.
It varies per fed, right?
Right.
Per show. What is the best wrestling advice that you've received?
The best wrestling advice I would receive, if it's an opportunity knocking at your door, always open that door. You never know who's looking. You never know if it could be something really, really big for you. And, just do what you love to do. You know what I'm saying? If you're not having fun, if you're not loving it, then why are you doing it?
Right. I agree. I feel like sometimes at certain shows I've been to that people just go out and they're just like, hey, whatever. They don't really care. Like, I feel like every crowd matters. It doesn't matter if there's two people in the crowd.
Right.
I feel like you always put forth your best.
Oh, I've wrestled in front of 5 people before, and I've entertained those 5 people.
Right. Smelly said, how difficult it is for you to travel to make shows.
It doesn't be too difficult at times, but if I'm going somewhere far, like Florida or like Indiana or Chicago, then yeah, I usually try my best not to travel by myself at times, but me and my girlfriend, we figure out stuff and then like make it work somehow. But the difficult part is like every road trip like I've been on, especially when it's traveling wise, I'm at least spending over $500 at least. And like that, I can say is the most difficult part, is the money.
Right. When you come in, when you're starting from the bottom and all the sacrifices that you have to make, it's hard to want to like stick to it and keep going. So I definitely respect that about you guys.
Yeah.
You really have to have the passion for it. Um, what is something that you still want to achieve in your career?
My thing's glitching. Okay.
You hear me?
Yeah.
What is something that you still want to achieve in your career?
Get on TV. That's my main goal right now, is to try to get on TV. I was real close. MOW, Dave wanted me, but then as soon as I missed that flight, they didn't want me no more. So I plan on going somewhere bigger. Like if it's WWE, I'll take it. AEW, TNA, it doesn't matter. I'm going all in on it. I've got to.
Sorry about that. MLW is definitely dope, but everything happens for a reason. If you keep going, you're gonna end up in the right place. So that leads me to the next question. If you did get that call from a mainstream promotion, who would you want it and why?
I feel like it would be AEW.
Okay, how come?
How come? Because it's like over there, I feel like I can have so much fun there, and like they would accept me for who I am. And I know TV times and all that is going to be like really difficult to get it, but I feel like a whole different vibe when I'm like around AEW, because like it's like the energy, the exploration, like the it's like a new W, if I can say that. And
Right.
I can see myself going in that.
Okay. I respect that. Then anybody that you want to call out, start some trouble.
I'm sorry?
Is there anyone that you want to call out, start some trouble?
Oh yeah. Morgan Dash. I'm calling him out.
Oh,
Because he's been calling me.
okay.
He's another North Carolina wrestler. Because he's been calling me out for the past year or so.
Let's make it happen. Why haven't you made it happen yet?
I, I don't know. I don't know. It's like every time he on one of his shows, I'm either booked somewhere else or I'm just like out of the state.
All right, that was a challenge, Morgan.
But she's
Let's
gonna
get
come.
it.
He's gonna come in real soon. I can see it. He say I've been waiting too, or something else.
All right. So, almost like a promo, I want to hear what pro wrestling means to you.
What does pro wrestling mean to me? Pro wrestling, like I say, it means that you can be your own person. Honestly, pro wrestling, like I say, is something that helps you stay focused. Pro wrestling is a life changer.
For you,
For
though,
me,
what does it mean inside for you?
like when you say like for me, what do you mean like?
Like your passion. I want to hear how much is there. What is it? What does it mean to your life?
Oh, it means a lot to me in my life. My uncle, he's taught me a lot in pro wrestling. If it wasn't for my brother, I would have never been a pro wrestler to begin with. Really thankful for Kobe introducing me into pro wrestling. Because, pro wrestling to me is a trophy, like I said.
Okay.
A trophy that you gotta earn. Felt like I earned them stripes.
Is your service okay? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Bill Bradley said, being from slightly old school wrestling fan spots, it's great to see these new gens of new wrestlers finally rising with black wrestling entertainment versus what it used to be. Props to you all.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming, Bill.
Oh yeah, Bill's been a supporter ever since he saw me in Tennessee.
That's really cool. He's right about that. So here's an important question. Is kayfabe important to you, and why?
Is kayfabe important to me? I never even grew up being like a kayfabe type of guy.
I just, me personally, I have a pet peeve with people who don't give a shit about kayfabe. Kayfabe and wrestling, they go like this. They're supposed to go like this. I feel like everybody, this generation steps outside of that. You don't keep your kayfabe. How do you keep your fans in your story?
True. But I always let my fans know. I'll be like, all right, I got some new gear coming, but I ain't gonna tell you what type of gear it is. Y'all just going.
Back in the day when Hulk Hogan had beef with Randy Savage, the kayfabe was so strong that you wouldn't even see them, and they were the best of friends. You wouldn't even see them in public together because that's how it was back then. Versus now, where you'll watch a show and then you'll see them on Twitter, um, like nothing happened, or just coming out of kayfabe, and I hate that. Like, I want to see you as the wrestler. I don't really, nowadays it's all about showing their private life and this and that. I'm old school in the sense that I don't want to know that. I just want to know this person, and don't fuck it up for me. You know what I mean? That's why I ask, because
Kayfabe is important to wrestling, especially when they're like doing like storylines. Cause like I think it was Pat, what's his name? Pat McGee. He's not even a wrestler. I guess it was like the time when Adam Cole was still in NXT, and I guess it was like intense heat between him and Pat McGee. And then I was like, oh, like at the moment I felt like that shit was real, but to turn out
yeah,
they took a whole selfie together after the show. I'm like, damn.
exactly. That's a great example. All right. Is there anything you don't allow or do in the square circle? Like, it's something that's like off limits for you?
I would say one thing: don't try to kill me. Like in the squirrel circle,
Like, if y'all
like
gonna do a move, like,
especially in this
if
generation, like,
you got
I've
what to do it.
so many crazy moves, and it's just like, yeah, I'm not taking that. So
Exactly.
I've always
Where you know. Totally. I get it. So, what separates you from other wrestlers? What is special about you?
what is special about me is I don't want to sound too cocky or anything, but if I do, lo siento. um,
Fuck that. Say what you.
but it's like, how do I say it? Like, I'm just different from anybody because it's like I said, if they see me in the ring, they already can't keep their eyes off me. And that's the difference between me and all these other wrestlers. They see me in the ring, you can't keep your eyes off me.
Okay.
Like, I'm doing shit that nobody else can do. Like, I was one of the top 70s last year in the BW 500. And the year before that, I was on the below 300s. But now I'm moving my shit up to the 70s. And now I'm going to say I'm about to be in the top 50s if they ever post that shit again. But I'm just saying, there's a reason why I can say I'm special to this. Because I've already killed it in the East Coast now. To now bringing my ass now to the West Coast and showing them what the fuck I'm about.
That's right. Holla. I like that answer. It takes a few skills to be a great all-around wrestler. In-ring ability, mic skills, charisma, believability, knowing the psychology of wrestling helps. You know, it's a lot if you want to be an all-around good wrestler. And I'm sure you still feel like there's areas that you want to improve in, and all I say is definitely just believe in yourself and keep going for it, and don't let anybody's negativity, because there will be. I've heard it, especially on the indies. You know, it could deter you from your goal. Don't allow it to. Um,
That is right.
big it up. Big it up. Taz said, "Nah, I seen your dedication to this wrestling shit for real."
Oh,
And Smiley said, "I hope
I'll
to
go back
see you at a Jersey show someday."
to Jersey too. I
Yeah,
hope.
You ever wrestled in New York or New
Oh,
Jersey?
I have. I
Oh,
was just in Brooklyn. I would say 3 weeks ago now. There was this show that usually runs in New York and New Jersey called Catalyst Wrestling.
I know of it. Mm-mm.
I,
That's dope. That's good fat. Mm-mm. Uh, so you said what companies have you worked for? That list is perfect. Huh?
what companies I've worked for? There's a lot. I've worked for Catalyst Wrestling, Deadlock Pro Wrestling, PWF, um, NCW, CZW. Of course, they run in Jersey too, but what's his DJ? You still owe me money, bro. GCW, uh,
You know,
AML.
I know it's hard to name them all, especially as an indie wrestler. You guys be like
I,
all over
I
the
got to
place.
think of them
It's
right on
a stream where you're working for maybe one or two companies. So if you said any belts, any championships,
Out of all those companies I've worked with, I've only won one belt, though. But
and which belt was that?
that was the PWF Oceanic Crystal Coast belt. Here,
Oh, how long were you champion? How long were you champion there?
3 months, and then I lost it to Donnie Ray because his Kingsgate joints wanted to jump me.
Any belts that you want to go after?
Uh,
Can't hear you. Your sound went off. Yeah. There you go.
so that prestige belt that I'm gonna debut at September 24th, Prestige Wrestling, that's what it's called. Some belts I would love to look and get. If I ever make my Defy Wrestling, their Defy belt looks pretty good. CZW just has some belts, and plan on getting them too whenever they ever take me back, because I'm looking forward to going back to New Jersey, honestly.
That'll be dope. Yeah. I definitely want to see you in action in person. What about the Tribal Chiefs belt?
I mean, if Roman Reigns wants smoke, I'll give it to him, though. You know what I'm saying?
So what do we have to look forward? What do you have going on that's coming up? Or
All right. So what I got coming up next weekend, if you're local in North Carolina, I will be in Lexington, North Carolina, facing Juicy Fanil. That's what they call him now. He's one of the Bloodline people, so I'm wrestling a Samoan. That's way bigger than me. And then next Sunday, I will be at AML Wrestling. It's me, Bojack, and Kobe Carino against Giant Scholar, Zuka King, and JAC. So if you're anywhere there, local, uh, like I said, feel free to come along.
you have any merch out yet?
I'm working on getting, well, I do have merch, but if you DM me, I could personally email it to you myself, because I'm still working on the Pro Wrestling Tees thing, and I'm
Yeah.
just trying to figure out how to set that up. So I'm having a hard time at the moment.
They do have a there's another website I could send you to. Like you could just put up your own designs. It's a free site. But I want to thank you for being here today and sharing with us. I do appreciate getting to know you more. I wish you nothing but the best. Keep going up. And I'll add your info to the video when I put it on YouTube. That way you guys can follow Diego and subscribe to BMF Goddess on YouTube. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice.
Yes.
My BMF Army, you already know. May the force be with y'all. Later.
Later.
Yeah, I'm the young god. Stepping out just for my moment. Murdering all opponents who want it. Stepping to me is the
From
word that you
Virginia Beach, Virginia, weighing in at 175 pounds, he is Diego Hill!
If you really wanna try me, we can get it on now. About to break it all down. You can never come around me. The young energy, yeah, the young Gonzo, young king, moving on everything like Alonzo. Want it, I want it. I'ma take it now through the time, break you down off your mind. You can never be me. It is easy. I'm Diego Hill. I'm the young future in this real. Let's keep it real, real. Diego Hill, I am in the future.
Underway again. Former commentary partner Lucky Ali takes on PWF standout Diego Hill.
Favorite. I didn't even give him the title favorite out here.
Well, I'll take it.
He also is a fucking game.
I think we gotta get Blake now. We gotta come up with a faction name and then we get back to that. Walk up here. Look, we got hands over his eyes and everything. Lucky, one of the most unconventional wrestlers when it comes to really everything.
The most unconventional people.
It's just
But that was just
so good. Ridiculous. He rolled up here with his merchandise and a hammer. I don't know what to call it. He was taping bracelets to the hammer, and I asked him what he was doing, and he just goes, "I'm over merch stand." And that was it. They didn't have a handle, and he just had a clothes hanger just around some of the holes so he could carry it.
after as well, multitask.
Get it? You know, at least you know those things are clean.
Yeah, whoa.
Wrist lock, handspring, head kip up.
Have you ever been able to do a kip up?
You'll get there. Keep trying.
I asked you if you had, but you need to call me out like that. Jeez Louise. Anyways, back
Oh,
in
did
the
you ask if I could do a kip up?
Oh, I did. I don't
Yeah, I
care
just save it for
anymore.
pay-per-views.
Okay.
So keep an eye out for that next PWF pay-per-view. You'll see Papa Riley just do one kip up and leave.
People will come.
What? That's right.
Look at this wrestling back and
Just
forth.
back and forth arm wringer. Leg sweep. Not even, Rez couldn't even get down. Tried to leg sweep, just backflips over it. I wish I could just willy-nilly throw a backflip for no reason. Lucky takes the head. Just, yeah, for whatever reason.
Okay.
Then shoulder tackle, Diego just kind of pops up. There you go. Lucky off the ropes. Diego tries to trip him, he almost does it. Lays back small like schoolboy. Diego goes behind, leapfrog across. Goes hands up, goes hands down. Diego, I don't know. Is that a TikTok?
I'm not sure. I am active on the TikTok at this point, so I got seen that one. It's going to be a trend, and I'm not.
Maybe.
I'm dancing here, and look at least he jumped back.
Lucky shape of Eddie Gordo just knee crawls across the ring. Single leg arm wringer. That's not. They didn't dot that I. That's a capital I. That's just a nipple on the
We'll
wall.
be auctioning that off later to again pay for my college fund.
all of the student debt that our faction of you, me, and Chad Carson.
Love my life. Oh, I don't think this is how this works.
He's gonna chop him.
Oh, I don't know that I never
These
offered
guys-
my chest.
That's a good one. Lucky Ali with a little throat strike. I mean, all's fair in love and headlocks, man.
That's a good one. Good one.
Lucky Ali just glistening under the light here. He was so sweaty when he walked through the door.
He's glistening.
He's got.
I think I saw him outside with a body oiler, though. So
Oh,
I,
yeah?
he said it was his little mamacita, but I'm not
The
sure.
oil was his mamacita?
No, the
or-
woman applying the
Gotcha,
oil.
okay.
It was deadly baby oil from the dollar store.
Hey, you know, there is a good
he's
dollar
very
store right down
fiscally
the street.
responsible, if nothing else.
Goes for the neck breaker. Diego Hill pushes him off.
Oh,
God!
I hate that. Oh.
There's another nipple on the wall. We're running out of exit signs for nipples to be on. This nipple heavy match. Whip reverse, whip reverse, whip reverse. Walks up the ropes.
Oh. He's
Ducks.
kicking him.
There's so much trouble in paradise today.
Brother, absolute
There's
chaos. Oh my
There's
God.
so much trouble in paradise. Hulk Hogan's going to get residuals for how many reruns is going on right now with it.
Oh, see what he's going for here. Big jump up.
Oh!
Kick. Oh my God.
Jumps up, springboard, back Liu Kang kick. Running moonsault.
And somehow Lucky Ali kicks out. Crowd getting behind the match, feeling it, feeling that energy. Oh, stiff hits, bro. Uh-oh.
That jaw jacker to the base of the spine, I don't know what that is.
Oh!
That nape jacker?
This has to be
That sounds offensive.
And I would be incorrect per usual.
Big knee to the back.
The spinal.
The spinal.
The spinal. Just so many spinal injuries here today. Oh.
Lucky Ali just drops that big elbow.
Rocky pin too there. It's like a float over layover.
Lucky Ali just does a very good job of melding the new school with the old school, trained by both George South and people like Caleb Conley, the Man Scout Jake Manning, JD Drake, all these other people.
Weren't you one of them?
Yeah, but I don't like to give my name on like the really good wrestlers. I don't want to bring down their value.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
train people like Caitlin Marie. and,
She sounds awful.
big chop from Lucky.
Do you think Lucky's abs are real, or do you think those were painted on while he was getting oil?
No, he just shaves his chest that way. He shaves his stomach and it gets a little.
contouring.
He does.
Oh.
God.
Like Diego got tired of
Man.
getting chopped. I think Lucky Ali's
This-
still looking for that nipple, brother.
This crowd asking for one more time.
Oh.
Lucky twice has
Almost
pulled
a-
back and then has just not done it.
It was almost a PPG kick there.
What is a PPG?
The
Butterfly
grown
suplex.
folks at home know what I mean. Or if you tuned in last week, or last show. No, I guess it wasn't last week. I don't know anymore. Concussions.
It depends on when they watch the show.
Yeah, watch it now if you're not watching it.
So if they watch this show, if they watched last show last week and this show this day,
Then technically I'm dead on.
then you did right.
All right, back in
Another
the
front
ring.
chancery just lays the whole body weight on the ground. Lucky Ali just drooling all over the back of Diego Hill.
Oh, Diego bulldozing him in the
Bull rushes him
corner.
into the corner, but Lucky holds on. Still has that front chancery variation here.
Oh, Diego trying to fight out, back to the corner.
Almost into that referee
And
again.
Lucky's still able to hold on.
He does have it.
He's not letting that go, like he doesn't let his money go. You know what I mean?
Diego tried for the third time. Lucky able to use the momentum to get him in the corner. Big chop.
Oh, a straight chest. Up and over. Schoolboy.
Schoolboy. Lucky kicks out, lands on his feet somehow.
Oh, and firing up is Diego Hill.
Violence party. Kick to the gut, Lucky Ali. Handspring
Man.
back to that kick.
May have gone to sleep there. I'm not 100% sure. The crowd very behind Diego Hill.
This crowd is split between chanting "This is awesome" and "Go Diego, go."
Yeah.
Both are at different rhythms, so it is just a cacophony of yelling marks at this moment.
Did you make that word up?
Huh?
Did you make that word up?
Cacophony? No, that's a word.
I think they've settled on "This is awesome," and
Yeah.
this is the chant they've chosen to go
Yeah.
with. Ooh, good clothesline. Back
I think "Go
elbow.
Diego, go" only works if you're Hispanic.
Yeah, and
We
you have
can't
a
racially
cousin named
appropriate.
Dora.
God!
Ooh. Oh my gosh. And Lucky Ali still able to kick out. Oh, so we've switched to the Go Diego Go.
They
chance.
decided to go back and forth. They said, "We'll do yours and then do ours," and everybody's working it out.
As a Latina woman, I'm very ashamed
Yeah.
of the beat and the rhythm in this place, but we're just going to let it slide.
As one of only two Latino people here.
Well, I think Diego Hill is also a Latino.
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah. Fun fact. There you go,
Then
everybody.
you can go ahead and say "Go Diego, go." Oh my God!
God!
Went for a power
I
bomb.
don't
That
even
power
know what
bomb
I just
became,
saw.
that power bomb became a Hurricane Rana real fast. Whoa! Spinning Michinoku driver. Oh my God!
And another kick out.
We are
I
just
think
running
that's-
out of moves.
I think that's Lucky Ali's new finisher. It's just a kick out. Signature move. Oh. Whoa. Looks like a
Diego
miss
did
up.
not get that. It bounces off.
It
And
looks,
Lucky Ali able to steal a pin.
it looks like he slipped going for something there. Lucky Ali took advantage.
And your winner, as you can tell by the music and the astounded girls in the front row, Lucky Ali.